Yep. We are on. We're on.
Hey.
Hey. What's going on live? Welcome to the Doctor of Love.
Yes.
We have a great topic tonight, and hey, we got ladies here to talk about it. So we're gonna let this little groove in because it looks like I'm the only guy so far.
We done ran all the men off.
Oh my goodness,
What happened to ball game?
man!
You better hurry up and tag ball game in.
And Leonard, where's Leonard?
Leonard, hey, I sent Leonard an invite. I sent Leonard an invite. My guy Tully is supposed to be on. Dwayne's supposed to be on again, and they both said they were going to be on. So, God dang, I got 4 ladies. I didn't know I had that many. I can't count. Oh my goodness!
We about to ask you all the questions
Oh
tonight,
my
Doctor of Love.
goodness!
You on the hot seat.
Hell, I'm on the hot spot. I'm on the hot spot.
Good.
Yeah, we gonna get it. Let me see if I can share. See if I can do some things. Slide, extra camera, video file, share screen. No, that's share screen. Hey, we wait.
Dr. Linda, you got on pink. Is that a pink shirt?
It's actually it has to be my screen that I've broken, but it's like a little, almost like a light blue jean looking color. But I noticed in the camera, it does have a purplish hue to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, like a purple pink.
Like a lavender.
I was thinking, yeah. I think we on the same page from last week. We was in black.
Oh
and
yeah,
white.
weren't we?
And this week, your camera's making it look
So
like
my
you got
camera
on.
looks like we're on the same page again. Okay. Yes.
Am I able to respond to comments?
Yeah, the top
Cheryl.
top right. Hey Cheryl, what's going on? Hey
Hi,
Lysandra,
Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. I never
Facebook
can see
user.
the
Who's a
comments.
Facebook user?
What is it?
Facebook user says hello.
They said
Hello, Facebook user.
They don't have a name. So if you go on the top right, you can see the comments.
Okay, but I can't
Top
respond,
right.
huh?
Yeah, you can respond.
But if I didn't log in, I can't, right?
You didn't log in. Are you on your computer?
Mm-hmm.
It should be on the top right.
On my iPad, I never can see the comments till
Place for me to
after the
type.
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see the comments. Okay, so you click
How
on
did
the
you do
comments.
it? Oh, mine's only says chat at the bottom, and if I click it, it goes somewhere
Hi,
else.
Cheryl.
I don't normally
Amazing.
respond there, but it allows you to interact, by speaking with them. Oh, Facebook user is Latrina.
I had to bring my
Toshua.
Okay,
I had to bring my cocktail to y'all.
girl, are you bringing? You sponsored by McDonald's. That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
sponsored by-
Sponsored by McDonald's. Vince, I see you, big dog. Hey, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, right?
Hey, Trina.
We're gonna go around and everybody's gonna introduce themselves, and don't mind my head being down because I'm about to text some of the fellas and be like, "Where you at?"
Right.
Okay. So you guys go ahead.
We're making them nervous.
Well, you ain't. I don't get nervous. I might get scared, but I don't get nervous. all you women gonna attack me.
I thought
Man. Let's go ahead. Let's go with your jet and introduce yourself and tell them where we can find you and your books and all that good kind of stuff.
All right. I'm Georgette Dilworth, and I met Stephen Pierce when I was probably around, 5 years old?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we go way back.
Way back.
His family lived around the corner from us, and but I was always the youngest, so when y'all was doing all the bad stuff, I was just like, wondering what y'all was doing. But I have written a book, and it came out, I believe, 2 weeks ago. It's called Rain Check, my last name.
Oh,
I know a lot of people are like, what does that mean? I always say you got to read about it. Just finished that, and I I have a nonprofit for mental health, and then I also have my business. I do notary services, and then I starting a university for the notaries, and then I also teach government contracting. So I'm always busy, and that's
Nice.
all I got.
All
That's
right.
a lot. All right. Good.
Let's go, Tosh.
Yeah.
Hi, how
Tosh-
are you? I'm
Toshua.
Toshua, just like Joshua, but with a T. And I'm Tosh. I'm the social scientist. I'm also I also own a brow bar called Brows by Tosh in La Mesa. So you guys can come check me out, get your brows nice and together. I'm a
Okay.
cosmetology professor and I am a social scientist in the field of sociology. I uplift Black people, Black women, and I'm for the liberation of Africans and anything Black people. I'm for people, but I don't have to explain all that. But I love Black people and I'm for the liberation of all of us.
All right.
All right.
Let's go, Toi.
All right. This is Miss Toi, your fly financial female. Fly standing for finally loving you, taking the time out to self-love. I am a big motivator on self-love and motivating women in business, and also doing some now social media marketing and directing. My first company is gosh, how can I not best friend brand? And
Oh,
it is
nice.
for it's for rescues of dogs, grooming. We got a grooming center, a training center. I'll be all the promotion and advertising and social media marketing for that. And right now, I guess I'm gonna just pass it on. Oh, wait, let me say, and I love being on this podcast every Friday with Doctor of Love. I met him through Michael the Ball Game, and I have had an amazing time ever since on here. So I'll pass it on now to Dr. Linda.
All righty. Thank you so very much. But as you know, I am Dr. Linda Hart. I'm slowly dropping Streeter. I've been carrying it too long. But as you know, I'm rebranding myself as a life, love, and relationship strategist because
Nice.
I teach strategists on life, love, and relationship. I am an author and I published a couple of books. One is called The Art of Manifesting Love. And that book is really about we need more love in the world. We need to learn what love really
Yeah.
is and how we love. And as I say to everybody, if you're looking for love, you haven't gotten it yet because you are love. And you know,
Ooh,
Exactly.
like that.
by law of attraction, love attaches to love. So you are love. You're not looking for love. It's who you are.
Exactly. And those that don't know,
And
hey,
the,
go ahead.
okay, and the second book is called The Power of Conflict. And that book is really important to relationships because during my tenure for the court system working as a counselor mediator, I've mediated many cases, and I know that when people have conflict, they split, it gets really nasty. People don't like each other. They forgot they were ever in love. And sometimes I used to wonder, how did they ever sleep in the same bed together? So the book was really written out of that, and how we can resolve conflict. Conflict doesn't mean war. It doesn't mean splitting up. Conflict can be very powerful because it's our way of expanding. It's our way of creating something beautiful if we use it in the right way. So that's my second book. And anybody can grow from that as well. And both of those are good for relationships. And I have other projects I'm working on, but that's who I am. It's what I do today. I work as a life coach, relationship coach, and I do lots of marriage and family counseling business as well. That's who I am.
All right.
Yep. They here. And I am the Doctor of Love. We want to thank you guys for coming out. And like Linda said, I am love.
That's
I
right.
tell everybody that I am love. You don't have to look for love. Love is right there. Every step you take, you love. So, but you got to believe that. You
Yeah,
can't
that's true.
think it. You got to believe it in your
Right.
mind and your
Yeah.
soul.
Mm-hmm.
And you must think positive, stay positive, and positive things that happen to you. I tell people that all the time. So,
Yes.
Toshua,
Yes.
what is our topic for tonight?
The topic of tonight, in short, is the McDonald's fiasco. But what the question is should a man who has one child with a woman who has 4 children, when he brings food over for his child, should he bring food for the rest of them?
Ah, Yeah, I guess I'm gonna answer that question until my other guys get here. I have 3 other guys that's supposed to be here, and they're always late. But for the doctor, I'm a different breed, bro. I'm an entertainer. I like entertaining. I like people around. So I would buy for everybody. That's just how I am.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy it for everybody, even if you don't ask. I'm gonna even buy for the people who's visiting. I when I call and say I'm on my way, I ask how many people are in the house, who's all there. Would you guys want anything? Let me know what you need. If I go to a picnic, we have picnics all weekend. I always ask what you guys need, and when I'm there, I still ask, you guys need anything else? Because what you feed and what you give into the world, believe me, people, it will come back to you. Don't look for it. Don't look for it.
Right.
It will come back to you.
And
I have a question.
Okay.
Dr. Love, let me real quick. If it was more than just every now and then, though, this is your child, right? So you're gonna be coming like maybe once a week or every 2 weeks. Are you gonna be bringing food for everybody consistently, like all the time?
I'll bring food for everybody consistently.
All right.
All right, now.
For somebody that's watching who does not know exactly what we're talking about, there's a viral video. There's a video that went viral where there's a young lady who has 4 children. And one of her children's father, the youngest child's father, came over with a bag of McDonald's for his child. She got upset and told him she wasn't going to accept the food because he didn't bring enough for all of her other children. Mind you, she mentioned that she didn't get her food stamps until they'll be coming up pretty soon to get them, but she didn't have any food stamps, so he should have brought something for the kids, is what she told him, and she threw the food down on the ground. So I guess we can go from there. What is your take? Get in the comments, and so we can start looking at your comments about it. But that was what the groundwork of it is.
Right. Okay, before Boss Lady takes over, Dr. Linda, let me say one more thing. I already said that I will buy for everybody, and that's from the heart. That is me. But the thing you can't do, the thing you cannot do is expect it.
Right.
Do not expect it. Dr. Linda, you got to take over because Tully's calling me right now. I gotta go.
Okay, but yeah, and I am curious what you all have to say about that as well. I think that is a false expectation to require that of someone. I think if someone does it, like if you love and kindness extends itself, but it's not a requirement. He doesn't have to. And I think the whole attitude of, well, if you can't feed all of my children, if you have no food stamps and you have 4 kids, I'm curious as to what demands are you placing on those children's father that you have to have food stamps and you don't have any and none of them are bringing food by. Why would I require the other child's father to feed all of the kids? If he does it out of the kindness of his heart, yes, I would be very grateful for that. But no, it's not that he has to do it. I mean, if she wants to have a conversation about hardship or whatever, we don't know what happened during that conversation, but is it required that he does? No, he can feed just his child.
You know what? I could see both sides of the situation. I could see her being upset, but she shouldn't. Here's my thing. She came off very ignorant, and I don't think she should have demanded it or expected, like you said, that he should feed all her children. Now, the flip side to that is, as a man or even a human being coming over, if you bring in food for your child and your child lives in this house and needs some food, and there's other siblings, there's no way that I can come to anybody's house to feed one kid and not feed the rest. I just couldn't. Whether it's
I think that's true, but I think that when we set up expectations, we have to be careful not to expect more of other people than we do of ourselves. And so, and I'm not saying he had it, but who's to say that he could afford to feed everybody every time he comes? So we have to put that into consideration too. Now, I think a positive thing would have been in it if I couldn't do it for everybody. Then I would just go pick my child up and spend time with them.
That's what I said.
So, yes.
I'm going off. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to read a comment. Lysandra said, "No food, no food stamp, but pillow and hair and lashes."
I don't think it's mandated. However, she went on social media again and was saying that I guess he was around, with her 3 kids before the young baby was born. And, I guess, I don't know if they were calling him dad, but she kind of felt like, well, you already know them. You lived with me. But then she went on to say, well, she probably feels like because they're still having relations, they're still, sleeping together, that if you're doing that, then you should feed everybody. So I think she probably felt like, still giving you a part of me, so then you should be responsible for these other kids as well. Is he mandated? Of course not. But I feel like if you're coming around, I know a lot of men who do that, and they actually will bring the other kids food. So
yeah, well,
my thoughts is that, to me, she's being irresponsible. I'm gonna put it on her because she has a certain amount of food stamps. She needs to spread it out to make sure her kids eat. You, first and foremost, are the mother of those kids. I don't know what the other daddies are, but you got to take care of your children no matter what. So, and not depend on other people to do it for you. So is she buying junk with them food stamps and letting them kids eat it up? Or how are you budgeting? See, I'm big on budget because I'm in finances. So are you writing down what money you bringing in and what you need to spend in this? It didn't sound like it. She sound ghetto to me. I'm sorry. And she was like putting it on him that he should do this and this and that. Now, if he was taking care of the other previous kids, yeah, bring them, I guess you could look out for them. Don't bring food and have them looking at it. Or bring a 20-piece chicken McNugget and let them all split the 20, the nuggets or something. Don't just bring one thing like that. But overall, it's not his responsibility when all of those kids are hers. All of them ain't his. And you got to feed your kids.
But my thing is this, and I keep hearing everybody on the internet when they saying that the kids aren't his responsibility. But as an adult, and I mean, would any of you really go somewhere where you know there's other kids there and just bring one child something and expect them to sit there and eat it? My take would
I bring enough for him to share.
Yeah, right.
Not, to share.
And if he couldn't afford it, like people were saying, then go get you a $5 Little Caesars pizza.
Now wait. Hold on.
But you shouldn't have to bring it every single time.
Hold on.
Figure it out.
Who is that?
Hold
on. Somebody coming in talking about hold on.
Can I ask one question?
Let me say this though.
Hey, we gotta see your face.
Hold on, Tully.
Right. You all up in the dark talking about hold on.
Let me say this here.
Get the light on.
I understand.
Hey, can I ask one question?
Yes.
Let me take my glasses off my forehead.
That's a 5 head. When it's a certain size, it's a 5 head.
Hey, I got more than 5. I'll tell you that much. Hey, but listen.
First, you gotta introduce yourself.
I know you just bust in. Who are you?
I hear fireworks. Oh, look at this, y'all. Look at this fireworks. Anyways, hey, listen, y'all. My name's Tully Banty Kane. They call me Tully, TBC. I'm just a man from the planet Earth, just like everyone else is a man or a woman from the planet Earth. I was born with 2 legs, 2 arms, a couple of lips, a nose, and some eyes.
Here we go. Who you play for?
Played for the New England Patriots. I ate a lot of shit in my life, and then guess what happened? I won 2 Super Bowls. After I ate a lot of humble pie. There's a better word.
Congratulations.
And then now I'm on America's Got Talent after eating more humble pie. And guess who I get to perform with?
That's right, baby. That's right. You join my team now.
So hey, listen, in the context of what we're talking about, I just say this. Okay. If you are my baby mama and we got a kid together, I'm sorry. But me and you, our kid is gonna have a little more rank over them kids that you had with this other nigga. I am sorry.
More rent as far as food.
Hey. You know what? That's brutal. That's brutal honesty. Because guess what?
What?
Exactly.
This is how I look at it. If your children look at me like I'm their father and they respect me as their father or there's someone as an elder, then I would treat them and respect them as my children. Goes both ways. Does that make sense?
Right. We're not talking about kids being disrespectful. We're just talking about
No, because that happens. If you date a woman who already has children, it takes a lot for a man. Oh, look at fireworks. It takes a lot for a man, and I don't want to say it takes a lot, but I think a man has to be able to say, you know what? I don't care if this woman has
children. Go to ball game.
That's fine. That's fine. But if those kids, I don't want those kids to look at me as like I'm their father because they already have a father. Does that make sense?
Don't.
Okay, so according to her, she said that he was helping her raise, I guess, her 3 kids. That's what she said on YouTube today. And so then they broke up. Of course, they had a child. So she feels like if you were there for them when you lived with me, I feel like you should still be there now. So what about if you were there and you raised them to like age 9 or 10? Would you?
Hey, look, man, I had a friend. I got a homeboy. He had a woman. He got married, and he was black. She was black, and then the child came out light skinned, and he raised the child till he was.
What that mean?
So
he didn't take no fraternity test.
He raised the child till the son was 5, like it was his own.
Okay, but it wasn't his.
And then he got the DNA because everyone's like, yeah, man, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. This is not adding up. And he's heartbroken and he divorced the woman, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, all I'm saying is if I'm bringing my groceries to my kid and that's my son, I'm going to give my son the chicken wings and you can give your kids the celery.
Oh, no. You hell no. He's talking crazy. Absolutely not. Hell no.
But you groceries. You maybe go get groceries instead of fast food. Go get enough so she can cook it up and cook it for everybody.
Because guess what? Now wings. My son gonna bring me some chicken wings. Your kids ain't gonna bring me no damn chicken wings.
There you go. See, so it's contingent upon what the kids could possibly do when they get up.
They love you like
get
that.
The hell out of
Hey, who gonna be there for you when you on your last ventilator?
You hope your kids would be.
It ain't gonna be.
I done seen some wicked kids, but that's a whole nother topic.
It ain't gonna be your kids. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I love my dad, and I've been there for him when he's been in the hospital.
Right.
Hey, Tully is playing. Tully's not like that. Believe me,
I'm not like that. Hey, you know what? I would literally take on. I would adopt a million children. It's not even a matter. I'm just playing. I'm just saying. I understand the argument, and that's what the root of it is. Everything is the root of how people can either sensitively take on a situation where if a man doesn't provide under the right circumstances, how do you label that man?
That's true.
You know what the guy, right? You know, and where's her label? She got to be responsible.
It also goes back to personal responsibility of a woman. Now, you know the conditions by which you live, back to managing your own money. You got 2, 3, I don't know how many baby daddies there are. But just because you have a responsible baby daddy and that relationship split, you can't hold him accountable. You should be grateful that he stood up when you were in the relationship, but now the relationship is over. And you still have those expectations. Something about that is fair, and it's more.
That's maturity. Hey, that's maturity. Because
I'm there with you, Linda.
Because a young man is petty. A young man is petty. A young woman is petty. I'll tell you what. When I had my son, when I got divorced, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real 100% with y'all. my ex-wife started dating this other guy. He bought my son some Jordans. Guess what happened? When I found out he had some Jordans, I threw him over the fence.
I thought you threw him out. I was about to say you threw him out. Look, I think that.
But that was a younger me. That was a younger me. That's what I'm saying. I think what everybody is talking about now, and I'm an older man now. I would never do that again. The point is the maturity. I think a lot of conversations like this need to be had because it's hard for a man. It's just hard for a younger man if he doesn't know how to have these kind of conversations.
And then it also depends on how this young man was raised. And I'm not bashing the young man, the one father. I'm really not, because his demeanor was very mild mannered, and he seemed like a pleasant guy. He really did. He wasn't cursing at her, and because she was ignorant as all get out, but he wasn't cursing at her, and he just seemed to be kind of like frozen with not understanding. So I kind of think he just. If I can look at the situation, I just kind of think he just was absent-minded regarding the other kids. And a lot of times I think we're looking at the situation, focusing on her. She's absent-minded. Huh? Right. I think we should expectations out here. If we took the mother out of the equation, right? Because we know she's ignorant as hell. That's probably why they're not together now. And the other fathers.
Why he didn't feed her other children too.
Right. But here's the thing: if we took her out of the equation, the kids are not.
He's probably selling her food stamps. I'm sorry.
No,
the kids is not responsible for what she does.
Anybody that's coming to a house with a bunch of people should bring enough for everybody.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I just think that as a man, he knew that there's kids in there.
If it was me, I would bring enough for everybody.
Right, they're small kids. There's no way that I would come and they're small kids. I have a little nephew, and if I'm coming over when there's other little kids, I'm not gonna just bring my nephew a Happy Meal, knowing there's other kids, because kids not gonna understand that he's responsible for just this one. You can say it all day. They're not gonna get that, and it's not their fault.
I wonder if the expectations was laid out there for her to say, when they was on the phone, hey, bring the kid something to eat, and then he came with only his kid. Or if she said, my kid is hungry, and he came with just, for his kid. Did she lay those expectations out there? Either come with it all or don't come at all.
Or maybe
we don't know. I
don't think she should have to. She shouldn't have to tell him that. He knows that.
Depending on how her personality is. Depending on.
Let's remove her.
One at a time.
Okay.
One at a time. Dr. Linda.
Okay. So in that situation, see, like when you're outside looking in, it's easy for all of us to speculate. Mm-hmm. We don't know the basis of their relationship. And I hear some of you always say it doesn't matter. But if I have seen biological parents act an ass and not show up because they mad at the other parent, why would I expect more of someone who's not the biological parent?
What the matter is what you do.
But I'm going to go
all that matters is what the question is, and that's why everyone has an opinion. If you were in that situation, and I just said, if I'm bringing my kids, and it depends. If we just dating, that's one thing. If we married, that's another thing.
They're broken up though.
I'm bringing my son.
But they still sleeping together, right?
We don't know.
Hey. So that's
Georgette said they still sleeping together.
Look. Contingent on their relationship.
Hey. This is one of those topics, Steve, where you need to start muting the mic, man.
Exactly.
Because
we're in Clubhouse right now.
Right now, everybody is just it's a very sensitive topic, man, and everybody wants to spew their opinions and all that. But what's going on right now? This is what I'm seeing is that I hear you all, but I don't hear you because everybody is talking over everybody, man. When we all have this is a passionate situation right now. Steve, start muting the mic, man. Allow people to get their points across, man, and give them a time, 30 seconds. Say what you got to say. Bow, let's go.
Hey, boss lady, let's go.
Okay.
What do you have, Dr. Linda?
I forgot where I was now, but again, I think we it's easy to speculate, and it's when you're on the outside looking in. And if it's one thing that I have learned is that you have to have both sides of the story, and because people react based on circumstances. I'm not saying right or wrong or indifferent. The point is based on what's going on in a relationship. And when you look at the dynamics of those two people, it tells me who's pouting, who talks to it. You cannot belittle a man and expect something from him at the same time. And I say to sometimes, people want to say, I'm feeding you out of one hand, but I'm slapping you upside the head with the other. You can't do that. And so who knows why again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong for him not to take food over there. Who knows what the last argument was, or if he even called her, maybe he just decided to drop by to bring his kids food. I don't know. And so unless you all know more than me, I don't know. All I know is he's not obligated to do it. And if he could only feed one, or they have an issue, maybe he should have just went by, picked his son up, and kept riding. See, you can smite the hand that feeds you and make it difficult for you and your children. And if she has that much of a high expectation of someone she just broke up with, then where's the expectation of the other children's father? I don't understand.
And that was the point that Miss Toi was trying to make.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of my point. But what I did want to read some of the comments that were over here, though. So we started out with, just to get the audience involved, to keep them going. Regina said a real man would, and maybe he's done it before, guys. I'm just telling you guys. I'm not saying he's not if he, and then Stephanie said, if he don't, he's not a man. See, I can't agree with that. I think it has a lot to do with of a relationship that play out with biological parents before. Cheryl said, yes, he's supposed to feed all of the children. See, I don't know. What other kid's father? I just don't know. And for whomever is there is a real man duty. So I don't know. Lysandra said, so true, but everybody is not there yet. Lysandra also said, I think first we have to know what the relationship is with the woman and her children, as well as the man. Very true. Yes. She also stated there's a lot of assumptions. You cannot mandate, and that's what we're saying, that we're feeling strongly about what a person should do, but we don't know the dynamics to that relationship and what transpired before that. We came in the middle of the movie, I'll put it that way, or maybe even at the end of the movie. We don't know the first part. Okay, yeah. Toshua, well, let me say this here. Lysandra said no food stamps, but tons of flowing hair and lashes. I'm not going to even go there. Said obligated. However, Lysandra said again, I don't think this was about the kids being hungry, possibly, and they do not appear to be in a relationship. She said, you knew when you laid down with me that I have other kids. Doesn't make him responsible. Lysandra said, no. Janine said he is not obligated. However, was he doing it before? Personally, always bring enough for all the kids, because mine are going to eat and eat well. So I'm going to bring the same thing for each child at the same time. He's not obligated to do it. And
we got another man in the room. Can we have ball game too?
Okay,
I want to hear his opinion.
I want to hear John's opinion.
Let her finish the comments.
And John Mather said, as a human being, the humanity of ensuring that all kids are taken care of. Let's not demonize her for her struggles, or assume she couldn't provide or is being irresponsible. She is struggling clearly and needs to set boundaries about what she will allow in her house, including don't bring food for one child. True. And who else? I think that's for the last one. No, Lysandra have another. Okay, I'm going to check out the podcast.
Is it the same to be 10 years old or 11, 12 years old today as it was for us when we were 10, 11, 12 years old?
No.
What exactly is your question saying?
Tully, I know where you come from.
Okay, I think
Can I say it again?
Yeah, say it again.
Is it the same to be 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old when we grew up as it is for these young children today?
They still kids.
Hey, let me answer that.
Yeah, they still kids.
It is way more expensive today than it was back in the days. Back in the days, you could buy some sandwich meat, some bread, and you can, mayonnaise.
Information. I'm talking about information.
Information.
He playing. He playing.
Yeah,
That's like,
yeah. We only got an hour. We
Look,
gotta
Okay, I'm gonna read a couple. Okay, guys, hold on. Let me read a couple more comments to respect those people, and then we can hear from Ball Game as well. So Regina said, with no question, what will be the type of man I deal with? So she said, no question, he should. And Vince says, if you are financially capable of bringing food for all the children. And that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. People are even considering, how do you all know how much money this man had? But we don't know. There's so much we don't know. And Vince also said, but it also could cause a problem bringing food for all the children. The mother may assume that you have money and expect more money or ask for more child support. So I don't know. But anyways, those are the okay, Toshua will go, and then after that, we need to let Ball Game say what he has to say here, because I'm sure.
Right, I think that.
No, for me, it's the ladies first. So
okay, that's what I say. Toshua, then do you.
I think that a lot of people are speaking of the relationship is contingent upon the relationship on the mother and the dad. I think let's just remove the idea of what happened first, because when I hear that what happened first, it reminds me of when I see police officers do something to black people and people say, we haven't seen what happened first. We see what we see. And I think that if the guy brought over food for his kid, no matter how much money he had, let's say he only had the $10, then go buy a pizza, because don't worry about the woman. Think about your child and his siblings. Do you want your child sitting in front of their siblings eating pizza, even if they had beans and rice to eat? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that he's obligated to. No, financially, he's not obligated to the other children. I get that. The mother needs to be able to feed her children. I get that too. But as a person, and not saying that he's not decent, but in that moment, I would have brought food for all the kids, because kids are gonna look like, wow, what's wrong with me? Why he didn't bring us nothing? You know.
Okay, but you're not removing the female. You're just, you're only removing the female. You're still putting the blame on him. So he's the one that brought the objection. And it's on both of them.
Right.
To me,
so,
it's on both of them.
See, and that's why I feel like, I think Vince said, you don't know if there's a financial struggle for him. If he's doing it like on a weekly basis, it's obvious her kids are eating. Even she could say, you know what, instead of just bringing chicken nuggets for your child, I'll give you a couple more $10. Maybe you can bring it for everybody, but it's coming from you. I mean, because behind the scenes, it sounds like he's taking care of his child, which is good.
Yeah.
But he's not necessarily obligated. However, what if it is a constraint on his finances? Then they need to have a conversation, and she could say, hey, I'm gonna pitch in, but when you come, can you just bring it for everyone? And I'm pitching in as well, because these are my kids and I want them to eat.
That would work too.
But that's the relationship. But that's the relationship you would have to have with her. See, when most people break up, a lot of them don't get along. They just don't get along. It's an ugly thing. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn to grow up and communicate as adults, so we can make it work for everybody. Because the bottom line, it's the kids that's going to be hurting, not us.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was looking at Lasandra's point here. She made. I haven't viewed I remember seeing the one when the guy gets out of the car with all the food, but that's as much of it as I saw. But Lysandra said something that this man asked to take his child with him to feed him, and she said absolutely not. So this is a thing here. You're trying to control the situation and make someone do what they don't want to do, especially if you're out of relationship with that person. And if he's asking, maybe it was never his intent to just take food to his child only. But you have to do that. I'm sorry. Her kids are hungry if that is the case, but it goes back to money management. I say to women all the time, stop a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
You got to
stand up.
And obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but I don't know, how many times has she been in distress? And how many guys do you allow to come through? We have to assume some responsibility there. So we don't know what the conditions were, and I still go back to that. We don't know.
Yeah.
They're broken up, and again, bank
she got knowledge.
I can't hold. She should have let him take her son with him. If that was the case, why would she just let him pick him up then?
Yeah,
That would have been a good
Right.
idea for him to have a father-son day and take his child out to eat.
But she wouldn't allow that.
Right. And then
I
how
think
many
that-
times does she call and ask for this? Is
Yeah.
this just a one-time, one-off thing, and that he didn't know, he didn't bring the right amount of food, or is she calling all the time every week because them food stamps is running out real quick, and now all of a sudden it's his responsibility to feed all of them?
But if you know his son is hungry,
Look, let me get a word in. This is the thing.
Come on.
Now, I'm just saying, just for me, I just think that the whole situation was petty on both ends.
yeah,
Despite who had an argument here, who had an argument there, me myself, despite what was going on between me and Lil Mama, I'm gonna bring the other 3 little brothers a burger as well. That's just what I'm going to do.
right.
Despite what I got going on with her, I deal with my bull crap with her on a different basis. But one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to subjugate them kids against one another. There's no way that I'm going to bring my son a burger just for his 3 siblings who are older than him to see him smacking and crunching and having a swell time with his burger, and then they mad at him because he's not hungry and decide that they might want to start bullying on him now. Why? Because his daddy is taking care of him and their dads aren't. I'm not. There's so many different.
And
The big picture.
I understand that, but I can't.
No, let me just finish my point.
Make it wrong
I don't-
that he didn't do it.
No,
Right.
ma'am, no, heck no.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying, and that's not what I'm not going there with the brother. He did what he felt he had to do, because you have all made a very good point that we really don't know the dynamics of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times Toi said, how many times has this happened?
Right.
Jets, we don't know what, and then from some of the videos that I done seen thereafter, I can tell that the little sister, she's very manipulative.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying?
And then and what kind of car he pulled up in? He didn't pull up in a Mercedes or no,
Yeah, he pulled
he's
up.
a working brother, trying to be a decent father. Not saying he shouldn't help those other kids, but the clear conversation, was it clear that they needed to eat too? Was it clear that, hey, can you bring enough for the rest of them, or should he have done it out the kindness of his heart? Yes, but supposed to do it? He ain't supposed to do nothing.
He ain't supposed to do nothing.
But out of his heart, yeah, he had a good heart to do. Find out if the other kids was even there, if they needed to eat too.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not speaking from any other brother's point of view, because every person is they're going to make their own decisions, and they're going to decide what they're going to do in any given time. Me, myself, as a man, and being in a situation when I was younger, I've actually seen that and experienced that myself. When I was a kid, the same scenario. So for me, I would have just, I'm just saying, for me, despite what I got going on with her, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to still bring them 3 other little brothers something to eat as well.
Right.
If you know they're there and they're hungry.
So I'm gonna say on a man's point, if the man is struggling, if the guy is struggling, pick your kid up. Go pick your kid up and take him to eat.
He asked her if she could do that.
He offered to do that.
I didn't see the video. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Someone saw the video. He had asked to just pick his son up, and she said absolutely not. So you can't control the situation and make people do what you want them to do. And if you're in that dire strait, do you not have a relationship with your other children's father that you can't hold him up and say, I got an issue here? I mean, I don't understand that. Why, there has to be I'm not saying it was right. Would I have done that? I don't know.
Right.
It just depends how a person had just finished talking to me, whether or not I would have done it, you know?
Right.
And I'm going to be honest, because all of us, everyone can tell me that you're always quick to turn the other cheek and do the right thing when people are not handling you in the proper way. And so if you want, you know, you as they say, I'll put it in short summary, you drove bees with honey, not with vinegar. Sometimes you just need to be a little kind.
You're right.
Mhm.
I agree with being kind. My thing is, I totally agree that the gentleman is not obligated. But I know that we were talking about how did he know if the other kids are hungry? If your child is hungry and he lives in the same house with the other kids, then the other kids is hungry too. They all live with that crazy mama. The mama, and she's not getting a pass. They all live with that crazy woman. And I'm sure the kids seeing that, like, gosh, you know, here's the situation when he asked to take the child, that was like, well, let me take him to the car to eat. So, and I can see why she said no. Like, no, my kids not be looking out the window. They know you're here with one bag. You're not getting in the car, and he eats in the car, and the kids are still like, dang, they know that he has the food.
So that was the pick up to take the kid to the car and not take him out somewhere.
Right. It was like that's what I perceived from
See,
it.
that's what we're assuming. What if he had called her before that and said, I want to pick my son up?
But that's not what the case was. He was coming to drop off the food. That's why he had the bag in the hand.
But we're talking about what happened. We're talking about what, you know, as I said, we have to remember what we saw. We were coming in the middle of the movie.
Right, but we saw him with a bag, bringing the food to the house. One bag.
The script started before that bag got to that door.
That's almost like officers that beat up people. We say we only seen this part.
Well, I mean,
we only need to see the beginning. You know, so
yeah, I got to ride with Tosh on that. We saw him pulling up with the bag. She was sitting in the door talking about that bag don't even look big enough. I bet it don't look big enough for it ain't gonna have enough burgers in there. And she kind of predicted that before he even got out the car. That's what we saw.
Well, yeah, that's what we saw.
So what happened? So what happened before? But listen. We're talking about what we saw on the video. What happened before them really doesn't apply. We can speculate all day long, like we're doing about the dynamics of their relationship. We're specifically talking about what we saw on that video.
So, ball game. Let me ask you this: as a mother, do you feel like she should be responsible for feeding her children?
Of course.
Like absolutely. At the end of the day, like she should. Rather, she should have asked him, hey, can you go get some bread and some sandwich meat for your son? Then she could have manipulated in a situation where she could have made enough food for all of them.
Yeah.
Instead of asking for McDonald's or even just telling him to bring something to eat. Tell him what you need. Can you get a couple of groceries? But it's her responsibility to figure it out for all of them. And she should have asked for it in a certain way.
And to answer that question, like I said, I'm just thinking it appears to me that the little sister probably ain't been taught too much or nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And she probably trying to follow him around and tell him what to do.
Well, I'm just saying, but being the age she is with 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? That's disconcerting, first of all, in itself.
With different fathers.
You understand what I'm saying? With 3 or 4 different brothers. We don't know how many. It could be 4, it can be just 2, it can be
at least 2.
3. Yeah, at least 2. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to take that into consideration as well, because just her overall, she appeared to be mentally stable. She wasn't, she was well spoken, but at the same time, we don't know what her mental capacity is, because to make those particular decisions that she so-called made, as far as I'm concerned, is very irrational. So we have to question that. Second, the thing is, we all come to the conclusion that the little brother was not responsible for feeding her kids. But then, just me and the way I was taught, you understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You spread the love. I'm not going to let no kid go hungry if it's within my power. I don't give a damn. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it 5 times. I don't care what my relationship is with her and I having a child together. And I'm not tripping off her relationship with those other brothers, but if it's within my power financially, and I go get my son a double Whopper, I'm going to get them other 3 brothers a double whopper as well.
Another key word is financially.
It goes back.
He may not have been financially capable.
We don't know the dynamics. We don't know what this guy's financial situation is like. If he could have bought more, if he's been there to take care of them, who's to say? Again, I don't know. We don't know. And I can't say that he was wrong for not doing it. I just can't.
He wasn't wrong, but he was petty, man. The little brother, he didn't have to be like that, man. And especially if he's still serving cucumber to the little sister. That's the least he can do.
Exactly. He should have brought a salad.
Maybe that's the problem. He couldn't serve the cucumber anymore.
I understand that,
Miss.
Mr.
Let me hear from Georgette.
All right. So I'm gonna backtrack on ball game because I am a mother of 4 and I did raise my kids by myself. But there would be no way in the world I would have any man come over and then buy for one child and not the others because they just would not do that. But ball game, even though women have 4 kids, that doesn't mean we're irresponsible. Don't think that.
Well, let me redirect my words. You're right. Okay. Because you're right. Because my mother had 6 boys by two dudes. Me and my brothers, the 4 oldest boys, then my 2 younger brothers, they had a different dad. You understand what I'm saying? Then once he was out the picture, my brothers and I. Actually, you didn't, Steve, because you really wouldn't be sitting there. You did what I'm saying. But what happened was my brothers and I, we didn't realize at the time that my mother still had a life. This is just off the subject a little bit. So whenever she tried to date thereafter, you understand what I'm saying? Her, being 6 of us, and think about me, and then think about my brothers.
Ooh.
So if she dealing with 6 of the same personalities, you understand what I'm saying? And now that I'm a little older and I understand that, my mother deserved her cucumber as well. But at the time, I couldn't. We were just messing it up for her, and we were wrong for that. You understand what I'm saying? Now back to what? Hold on, but nah, Steve, hold on. Back to what we was talking about. The thing is that I already know where Steve's going with it.
No. I was just trying to get Georgette to finish. She never finished.
Yeah, she didn't finish.
You know what? I'm gonna give you guys an actual scenario.
Okay, one moment.
Both ladies
because I want to draw our attention to our time. Okay. It is now 10:53. 7 minutes is all we have. So that means whatever you point. So just so you'll be aware.
Okay. I'm gonna go fast.
All right.
Yeah, 4 different daddies.
Oh no, not 4 different daddies. But I remember there was a time when the gentleman did not have a lot of money. It was around the holidays. He wanted to buy all the kids, Christmas gifts. So, he didn't want to show up with nothing. So what did we do? We just went on and wrapped up the gifts, and it was just from him, but it was to all the kids. So it would never be any way I would let anybody just bring my child just one, and we're dealing with one another and not the others. But once again, are they obligated? Of course not. But like you said, Doctor of Love, you want to spread the love. You're going to just buy for everybody. I just think it's just the right thing to do, especially knowing these other kids.
It is.
And then the thing is, did he just pop up? She had to know he was coming with some food, so they could have arranged where, hey, instead of getting that chicken McNugget sandwich, get the chicken McNuggets for everybody. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
All right, ball game. Go ahead and finish up. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, I'm gonna piggyback off what Jet was saying. Just like I said, man, coming from where I come from, and and my mother, she raised 6 boys by herself, and she was damn good with. And Toi made a good point. My mother was damn good with how she fed us, how she budgeted her money, how she made sure that over here these boys just got tennis shoes last week, but when I get my next check, I got to get the other
Right.
3 boys tennis shoes. She was real strategic in how she took care of us. You understand what I'm saying? Without no support from our sorry ass fathers.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hey,
You
but
see what
Tully
I'm
was,
saying? So,
yeah.
no, hold on. But let me just finish the point because you asked me. The thing is, I grew up wanting to be like a philanthropist and help other brothers who was in the same situation that I was in when I was a youngster. That's why I always said if I was a millionaire, man, I'd probably be broke trying to take care of people because that's you know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I mean? So like, I understand where the little sister was coming from. She obligated him to something that he had no obligation to. Now there's a flip side. You know, just from being a man, dude.
Linda, 4 minutes, Linda.
Time.
Y'all know where I'm coming from. Yeah. We only got 4 minutes. So Miss Linda, she's taking the clock. So you guys, thank you guys.
Yeah. I want to reference some comments. Again, we want to always keep the audience engaged as well. And I appreciate what's being said here because all of what's being said, again, is true. You know, I think we are the whole balance, the way the pendulum swings. But John said, that's an assumption. How do we know that she expects this all of the time? See a black woman demonize another black woman just to side with the man. I'm not sure where that's coming from with siding with the man in that, or demonizing somebody. We're talking about, and we can't demonize either one of them, him nor her. But life is about taking responsibility, and we all serve a role in that part. And John's matter says it takes a village to raise a child. We are African kings. The Black Panthers started the breakfast program. Donna said he asked her to do that, take the kids with him. Take the kid with him. Okay, so he did ask. But that's through your filter. We don't know his situation. We do not know that the children are hungry. We know he took his child a treat. John said again, in her follow-up video, she states he used to buy her kids McDonald's. He used to do it all the time before and after his son was born, he was being petty. And she made it about hunger. And Lee, hi, look at Doctor Love, I guess. John, you'll just try finding ways to be right and make it wrong. And Lysandra, this did not come about because anybody was hungry. Assumption again, she would not allow him to take the child nowhere. Watch the first video, is what she's saying. The culture hates Black women. See, this is not even about the culture hating Black women. I think we got to stop looking for ways to justify our deficits. You know, if I'm deficient in an area and it's brought to attention, then it's my responsibility to work on changing my life. And because as long as we blame society and other people, we can't get ahead that way. And Lysandra, she said she was waiting for him so she could out him. And Lysandra must have watched all those videos. See, I didn't.
I sent them to her. I sent it to you, Steve.
Yeah, okay. John said he followed up. John said her follow-up video, she states she used to, back to about what he used to do. And who else there? A Facebook user, she did say her name. I forgot what it was, but she said that the point is missed. It's about how them kids felt. That would be of the critical thinking makeup as adults.
Right.
It's actually sad there's no bigger picture. Very true. I totally agree. John said again, don't ever need anything, Toi. Anything, Toi. Are we going to say, don't you think you should have been responsible? Donna agreed. Lysandra, it is this behavior. It is this behavior that what? I think I wrote down too far. But something about this.
I didn't understand what you said, that Dr. Linda.
Yeah, but I think in that, and then one of the things I try not to judge is individual. But looking at the whole picture.
What was
it's easy
that
to say
comment?
what it wouldn't do if we don't when we don't know the situation. You don't know how you're responding to in a situation until you get the whole thing. And again, would I have brought food for the kids? Me personally, I would have, maybe. And I want to say maybe. I don't know. It depends if we were fighting. If I would have even shown up at all. I don't know. But I don't know. Rita said she made it seem like he'd done that before, and she told him about it himself. And he did it again, as if he was saying, she don't tell me what to do. I don't know, because I didn't see any of that. Lysandra, it is this behavior make a lot of fathers go the other way. I'm just curious if it was really hunger and he got straight. I don't understand why the other father not involved. I don't understand that one either. But anyway,
it was really hunger and that because she had a camera ready, the phone ready to record, and some people want to go viral today. Some people want attention in the wrong ways about putting even that situation out there for the public like that. Was you ready to do that, to go viral? You know, because it did go viral. At the end of the day, all those kids should eat. I was raised in Southeast on baked potatoes and top ramen, but my mom did what she had to do. And sometimes we got fast food and treats. Sometimes we didn't. You know, and so I don't know if my mom would have put somebody on camera if we had cell phones back then. My dad to say you ain't here and this and this and that. That part too. That part. Like, why are you blasting him like that?
Exactly.
Is it a whole nother situation there?
It's a whole lot to unpack with that. But what I'm thinking, she probably brought that camera out because this probably wasn't the first time that he showed up with food just for his child. So she probably said, I'm gonna see what he's gonna do.
Okay, so
now, you know, and we're in that digital age.
Because I can't even imagine being totally dry with nothing in it. I mean, it could have been.
But I could.
You know,
it cut the burger in four.
Could have been that, but
you just threw the whole food.
You were ready.
I would have poured that big soda in the little cups. I mean, do what you gotta do. You let it go to the ground and all that. Throw it all out. You know.
Okay.
I mean, I love black women, and I'm all for it.
Okay. It is 8 o'clock. It is 8:02. We went over. I already knew this was going to be a long show. A couple of my guys didn't show up because I really wanted you guys to debate them with what was going on.
I don't know how we would have had more.
I know. It was two more.
No,
but
with 1 hour, you had to extend the time.
But yeah. On a conversation like this, a topic like this, we may have to start doing a 2-hour show, you know, or get it more together because tonight we had too many people talking at the same time. But I want to thank you guys for coming out. And the bottom line is,
you got some drums.
You got to mute, folks. You know what I'm saying?
You have a power to do that. You have a power.
And I don't want to mute people. You know, out of respect.
The attention. You know, it's like, okay, hold on, long enough to say, okay, let's get our attention. Finish up with the
right. Well, the bottom line, this show is about love and relationships. So we got to think about we got to think about loving one another so we can all get along. You know what I'm saying? And we need to learn and understand we need to do what's right. I know for some people, they don't know what's right. They don't know what's right and what's wrong. But that's when conversation comes in. You know, you got to let a person know that you feel this is wrong. This is wrong. Instead of her putting him on blast on the video, she should have just came and said, pull him to the side and said, yo, it's you're off. I mean, I'm trying to bring you off of mute. I don't know how to bring you off of mute. She just should have conversated with him and said, yo, this is not right. Let's get this together.
Off of mute, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay, they got to conversate. It all comes down to conversation. So let's go around the table and let's end this. Let's start with Georgette. Where can we reach you at? And we would like to have you back too.
Yay. I have the women's group, Women on the Front Line. What, you talking about my email?
Anywhere you want people to find you. You have different groups on Facebook. I'm in a few of your
just
groups.
Georgette Rhodes, and I have many different groups for different topics and talk about many different things. So under Georgette, I think I'm under Rhodes. And I'll add you to my groups. That's all I got.
Toi.
All right, you can reach me at Instagram at Miss Toi Fly Financial Female, and on Facebook it's Toi Sanders. I also got a group called The League. It stands for Leadership Entrepreneur Accountability Group. So I'm gonna leave it right there and pass the mic since we're running over time.
Okay, I still want to know what does FLY stand for again? It seemed to.
Oh, I love that. FLY stands for Finally Loving You. I'm a self-love motivational coach as well.
I got you.
I like that.
Ball game.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. Y'all know who I am. I love every last one of you guys. I appreciate Steve for having me on tonight. You know what I'm saying? Blessing to the sisters that's on the panel. You know what I'm saying? Gorgeous. All them. Every time I'm on here, I learn something from you guys. So I just want to thank you guys, and I want to give praises to these queens that's on this panel.
Oh yes.
Thank
Toshua.
you.
Thank you for having me on the show, and I'm glad that you took on this topic. Hopefully we take something away from this today, and that would be love the kids. Forget about everybody else. Let's just love the kids.
There you go.
And you can find me at Browse by Tosh Studio 111 on Instagram, or you can find me at Toshua Cornwell-Clark on Facebook.
All right.
And Browse by Tosh on Facebook.
All
Come
right.
get your brows done.
There you go.
And
Lady.
all right, as you know, I am Dr. Linda Streater, and to everyone, everything must be love. Look, I'm a teacher, and teaching is really about responsibility. And because my pity for you or your children is never going to be successful. So I have women groups that I do, and I do them on wellness and wholeness. You know, how do we become our best self? You know, it's good to have a man in your life that will do things for you. And whatever we are unlearned at, we learn things. And, there's a proverb that says, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. So I'm interested in feeding women for a lifetime. And that means I have to help teach you what you don't know. And we don't have to air ourselves out, because remember, you can't make anyone look bad without making yourself look bad. So we have to work together, come together. So you can meet me on LindaHeartStreater.com. You can also meet me on Facebook at Love and Relationship Matters with Linda. I do a lot of posting on there as well. And we'll be putting out many videos, short videos there. So that's where you can find me at.
All right. Hey, the Doctor of Love loves all of you. And remember, you are love. We are love. So love.
Right.
And panel, do not hang up. We love you guys. We're signing off. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
I got my McDonald's, y'all.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
And now the show
Great time.
And now the show is about to begin.
The McDonald's was my drink. I mixed
later.
my drink up in the McDonald's.